We were told it's just a nursery rhyme. Three blind mice. Sing it soft, smile, move on. But listen to the words like they're not wearing music. Three blind mice, not lost, not sleepy, blinded. They run because running is the only thing left when you can't see what's coming. They run through a house that feels too big, through a field that feels too open, through a night where every sound becomes a doorway. Picture it, a warm kitchen, a lamp burning low, a table dusted with flour. Someone's hands smell like soap and onions and work, normal life, normal light, and behind them there's always her. Not a witch, not a monster, a farmer's wife, an ordinary title that makes the violence feel permitted. In the rhyme she doesn't scream, doesn't rage, doesn't curse. She simply takes a carving knife, steel catching the lamplight like a wink, like it's a household tool, like cruelty is a chore. That's the poison hidden in the melody, the way horror is sung as routine. Because the mice aren't characters. They're something smaller than people like to admit they can destroy. Three tiny lives reduced to a punchline. Did you ever see such a sight, delivered like frosting, sweet on the tongue, razor underneath, as if the sight isn't suffering, but entertainment. And the blindness matters. It turns them into targets. It turns the chase into sport. It makes you ask a question you don't want to answer. If something can't fight back, does that make it easier to hurt? If something is small enough, does it stop being real? We sang this to children, over and over, as if repetition could sand the edges off what it's really saying. That harm can be cute, that pain can be catchy, that a knife can be part of the chorus. Maybe that's why it survives. Not because it's harmless, but because it trains you early to swallow darkness with a smile, to clap along while the powerless get chased, to call it tradition, when it's really a habit. And if you hum it in the dark, listen close. Sometimes the song feels less like a rhyme and more like a warning you inherited. So here's the dark origin beneath the melody. It isn't about mice. It's about what we do to the small, the powerless, the unseen, and how easily we call it just a song. This is Dark Origins, where fairy tales don't end happily ever after. They end where the nightmare begins. So tell me, what other lullabies did we learn that taste like sugar until you notice the iron? And when you hear three blind mice now, do you still want to sing it? Or does your throat tighten because you finally know who the mice are and you finally notice who's holding the knife?